Good morning, good afternoon, and a very, very good evening to class 5. Well, I'm sure you had celebrated Goddess Saraswati Puja's day yesterday, right? It was Ma Saraswati's Puja yesterday. It is also known as Bashunti Puja, right? So I suppose everybody had fun. Yes, for a change, as we have been following right from our childhood, that you all are not supposed to, we shouldn't be studying that day, isn't it? So yesterday, no books, no writing, no homework, no studies, just fun, isn't it? Now, today I'm back again, and as I have been saying, that I'm going to take up revisions in our audiovisual video classes, right? So, today I am going to pick up a grammar topic. So, with me, you can just take either a note in your notebook, or else you can also just watch the video, all right? Because it'll be like a board work and me talking. The first thing what we are going to do, children, you can just take up this book, okay? It is Tune Into Grammar, and we are going to do a comprehension from there, okay? So I am basically going to read out the comprehension. You can open page number 155, okay? And just a paragraph from there, and I will just tell you how the questions will be formed. It's called reading books. Yes, we should all read books all the time. Yes. So let me write down today's date. Fine. And the book is Tuned Into Grammar, and the class will be basically first on comprehension and then little bit on grammar. Okay. And we are going to take up revision number test paper number 2 from the book itself, because we had partly completed in one of our live classes last week, right? So we are doing today comprehension. I hope you are able to see, right? It is the 17th of February and the clock is ticking because our examinations are going to begin. And today, the day is Wednesday, right? Wednesday. And the revisions, what we are going to do is on comprehension. Okay, so comprehension. And I also wanted to tell you something, children. We are just going to have a prose or a passage for comprehension. Okay, that means a story, an extract of a story, not an unseen poem. So we're going to have an unseen passage. So there's this passage on page 155. I suppose everybody has a book. So reading books is the passage, right? When I say books, I mean story books and not textbooks. So whenever reading books we talk about, it is not about the books which are our textbook or which are actually those books which are followed in school, on which we are tested. So it's basically keeping reading as a habit for by using storybooks or magazines, or there's something called Reader's Digest, there's something called Panorama Book of Knowledge. Yes, so there are a lot many books. As you climb ladders, graduate from one class to another, you will have different kinds of books to read. For your age group, I would say, Roald Dahl books are very, very good for you to read. Okay, this is a book called Matilda. I suppose all those who would have been in the live class or in the real class, the offline classes, they would have said, yes, man, we read Roald Dahl books. They are very, very good. You'll get them in the library as well. Okay, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So this particular prose talks about reading books. Now, what I meant to say is, what is unseen passage going to do? Supposing I take up a passage and I am going to ask you questions from the chapter, all right, from that particular passage. Now, there would be antonyms, there would be synonyms. Now, again, because I remember Rajvardhan Pandey, you did not know what is the meaning of antonyms. Yes, I remember last day when I was doing it. Antonyms means opposites. Okay, it means opposites. And what is synonyms? Synonyms means meanings. Okay, synonym means meanings. So whenever you will come across these two questions, because I wanted to discuss a little bit about our paper today, before going into the detailed revision, because we've been doing a lot of revisions, isn't it, lately? So before going into a detailed revision, I wanted to also take up a little bit about your question paper. Now, of course, MCQ questions will be there, all right? And they would be of 20 marks, right? All right? So 20 marks as in 1 into 20, okay? 1 into 20 marks. I mean, one question into 20, I mean 1 mark into 20 questions equals to 20, or 20 questions into 1 mark equals to 20. So there would be 20 questions and the total time would be 30 minutes. All these questions, MCQ means you will have to select the correct option. So as I was talking about comprehension passage, I am going to pick up at least about 5 questions. Okay, you will see it right in the beginning of the paper. So you will have to read the passage and answer the questions. I mean, you will select the options. Those options will be in A, B, C, D pattern. Say 1A. So whichever answer is correct, you just have to click with your computer, okay, and the answer gets accepted. You have to be very, very careful, children. I know when it's an MCQ, y'all are all lit up, your faces get lit up because you feel इतना ज़्यादा लिखना नहीं है, अभी तो ऐसे कंप्यूटर में सिलेक्ट करेंगे और आंसर्स आ जाएगा. No, nothing like that, because there would be questions, as I have been telling you. You will get confused because the options what would be provided by me is going to be very, very tricky. Okay, it's going to be very, very tricky, so you have to be very careful. Now, talking about antonyms and synonyms, children, like what I wanted to say was these will be from the passage. From the passage. Both of them would be from the passage. Okay. What do you mean by with the passage? Now, supposing I say what is the antonym of the word, say for example, by. Okay. So your passage should have, your passage, the extract should have cell word in it. Okay. If I give you by, okay, right, I might try to give you other meanings similar to cell in your options. But you must select the word which is actually in your passage, not any other word which is there in the option to confuse you. All right. So antonym, synonym means I will not give in the bracket something like from the passage. From the passage. No, I am not going to give you all those, because we have already done lot of revision. Sakshi, I hope you go through the video properly so as to understand, right? Because you need to understand this, right? So, from the passage means things which are already there in the passage. Okay, so these two questions, whenever you will come across, you have to look for words in the passage, not from what it is given in the option. So the answer which is there in the passage will be there in the option as well. All right, so I hope this is clear. Fine. Now let me just erase my board and let me also take up a few of the exercises which are there in your book. All right, in your book. Now there is something called test paper 2. So all those which are there in your syllabus, you will practice that, but in MCQ pattern. So I have told you how your reading section is going to be. It will have unseen passage. It will have 5 questions from the unseen passage, which we had already, done it during our live classes. Yes. Again, we will do it in the live class, which is coming up tomorrow, right? Because tomorrow I'm going to share it and then it will get uploaded with the handout Fine. And for your oral, you have Ferdinand the Bull and the Skylark coming up. So please study properly the meanings, the framing of sentences. Now, framing on sentences does not mean only those 5 words which are there. I might pick up any word from the passage and ask you to frame a sentence. The think and answers wouldn't be asked, and answer these questions wouldn't be asked. But understanding the text will have objective part, so that is going to be asked. And children, you will get a limited time, so you might get 1 or 2 questions to be asked so as to complete with our oral examination. Right. Now let us turn to page number, where we have indirect speech. 169. This is 169. Now, join each pair of sentences. Okay, this is on conjunctions. Remember, we had done conjunctions. Right? They are also known as linking words. This is just a warm up as a revision, today's video. Okay, because we are having sufficient number of classes also, live classes, before we break off for our orals. Yes, you will get sufficient number of ABs as well before we start writing our minors. Okay, that is till the 24th, so you will relax. I hope you all had prayed to God yesterday, right, for her blessings. I suppose everybody must have done that. And keep faith in yourself. Don't neglect reading the chapter. I keep saying that minimum 3 times and the maximum 5 times you have to read the chapter, because I am going to pick up things from your chapter. All right, I'm going to pick up who said this, where is it taken from. Okay, where is this, which these lines have been taken from which prose or which poem, who is the writer of that particular prose, I mean story. So you need to know the writer's name as well. I have already told you about this, so all those who are watching this will definitely get an idea about what ma'am is talking about. Right, now coming back to page 169, children, I hope I'm visible. Join each pair of sentences with suitable conjunctions from those given in the brackets. So, when I am doing it in the form of an MCQ, I might say, join these sentences. Okay, I might say, this is just a variety. Join these sentences using the correct conjunction. I hope you're able to understand what I am writing, children. I'm sure Sakshi would have said, "Ma'am, I wish you could have typed it." But then I also love writing like this. It's all the time I'm doing it on the board. But today I thought, let me do it in this manner. Okay. So Rama makes tasty pasta. She dislikes cooking. Okay. So let me write this. I'll just give you an idea. Rama makes tasty pasta. I'm sure everybody likes pasta, right? So pasta, full stop. She dislikes, dislikes cooking. So now my options will be, okay. So I said already, join these sentences using the rest. So I might give you the options like although, right? Before I could complete, I think Aditya would have raised his hand. Or Arush Mukherjee would have raised his hand. Or Ansh Arush would have raised his hand and said, "Ma'am, I know the answer." And I would have to say, "No, please be quiet. Let everybody complete." Yes. So although, nor, and Rohit is also studying these days, because I am so happy to get homework. Class 5, what I have seen is everybody is mailing their homework. My mail is flooded with your homework. Yes, I have not been able to revert to each and every mail of yours, but definitely before the 19th, you will see that I have attached the corrected homework, the hard work you have done after correcting, right? And then, but, and, say, and. So what would be my selection? Let us try one by one. Rama makes tasty pasta. She dislikes cooking. Okay. Rama makes tasty pasta although she dislikes cooking. So this is the option. All right. So your framing, children, will be in this manner. Okay. You will get it in the MCQ pattern. Now change these sentences as instructed. Here it is given. So, how I would say for example, again for, let me just erase this side. Okay. Let me just erase. Otherwise it will be like confusing for you. Let me just erase my board and take it up this side. Because conjunction, I already told you how the questions would be framed. I might also give you fill in the blanks. Okay, supposing I put in a sentence like she can sing dash can dance. So I might give you the option as and. Okay, so she can sing and can dance. All right, so you will have to select, and I might confuse you with but, as. All right, so you can get it in the manner of fill in the blanks. You can get it in the manner of joining sentences, conjunctions. Now change these sentences as directed. You know how we would do is, I suppose write, okay, Gargi said, okay, okay, Ankit. Okay, Gargi said to Ankit. All right. Bring me my pen. So, I might say the above sentence is an indirect speech, a direct speech, both, none of the above. Or I can say the indirect speech of the above sentence will be, and then I'm going to confuse you. All right. So these are the two manners how we are going to do it. Now there would be something called negative and positive sentences. Supposing I give a sentence like, Sampriti will go out during the session break. So Sampriti will go out during the session break. All right. So I might say the negative sentence of the above is, and then, there would be 4 options and you have to select the correct sentence. So that is how we are going to do. I am just discussing the pattern, okay, how you might have your questions. Now, I'm also going to take up the preposition particular topic as well. The preposition, we have like conjunctions we have done. Prepositions, I am going to give you in the form of fill in the blanks. Supposing I write a sentence like, put the color pens, pencils or crayons, dash the box. Okay, so you have to select in the box, on the box, to the box, of the box. All right, this is how prepositions I'm going to do. Now adverb. Adverb, children, please be careful. I might give you a sentence with an adverb in it like, I shall visit my parents tomorrow. Okay, so I might say, like, it might be like this, right? So I'm going to say, identify the kind of adverb in the above sentence. So you have to select whether it is adverb of time, whether it is adverb of place, whether it is adverb of manner, what is it? All right. So children, this is how adverbs will be framed. Now we have something called possessive, showing with contraction and possession. Remember, like having an apostrophe at the end, So punctuation chapter also, do not neglect, children. Please do not neglect question tags as well. Please do not neglect transformation of sentences. All right. So do not leave out tenses as well. Tenses is also very, very, very important. Please do not neglect tenses. And talking about literature, children, as I have also kept my books with me here. Yes, children, there are books 5, 6, 7, 8, and also we have book number 3, because Ferdinand the Bull chapter is in book number 3, if I'm not wrong. So do not neglect reading the chapter. Do not neglect reading the question answers. Now the last chapter, I remember, the mountain that ate the people. Remember the one where old people were left alone in a particular mountain, where wild animals used to feed on them. I remember teaching you this, right? So it is book number 8, if I'm not wrong. So book number 8, children, I would say I had already marked in your book, because I'm taking this up. Why? Again, for your video classes, because I had been very, very selective that from this chapter you are not supposed to do anything other than the ones which are marked. So I had cancelled few questions from there. So do not get puzzled that ma'am has not uploaded the answer keys or anything. There is nothing like that. Please go by the answer keys, whatever has been uploaded. We are totally aware of what has been told to you to prepare for your exams. Accordingly, go ahead with that. As I said, now the show is all yours, right? You just have to perform. All the world is a rainbow. Do you remember? The world is a big stage and we are all performers there, and we will be all required by God on the stage. And according to our tasks and our responsibilities, we will be rewarded. So now it is show time for you, isn't it? You will have to display whatever your hard work throughout the year you have put in. You will have to display that, not only through MCQs but also through subjective. I keep on saying that it's the think and answers which you all have to prepare. Please do not leave out any think and answers. Don't go for shortcut think and answers. You will get 3 questions to write, okay, and you will have to send a screenshot of those answers written, being in that live class, that is being in the Zoom room itself, and mail it accordingly how you have been guided in the mock test session. And tomorrow definitely I will meet you. Tomorrow we'll do a lot of revisions, because I have prepared a worksheet for you, which will be of course sent across to the portal once we get over with our live class. Till then, may I take leave. Take care, and please be present tomorrow. Please apprise your friends also that these few days are very, very important, because today is the 17th and just you have one more day and then your final examinations begin. That is your oral test. Your oral test begins. All right. So bye. Take care. See you tomorrow.